Okay. Yes, are able to hear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You are loud and clear.
Very good. So this is a Oracle VM VirtualBox. Okay. How to download this one? Simply Oracle VM VirtualBox. Okay. Don't type only Oracle, guys. It's from Oracle only, but no need to go to Oracle website. No need to go to Oracle website. Simply VirtualBox website only. If you are going to download a new versions like this, you download, it is a 7.0.8. My laptop is recent laptop. So almost like it's a 10th generation i5 means almost 2 to 3 years back laptop. So 10th generation is working with this platform. Okay. So if you are using older laptop, so better to go for a old builds. Okay, older builds. You can see like this. Download 6.1, it is good. So it is working in a old laptops. Okay. These are no longer maintenance, but it is 6.1 works if you are using older laptop. If you are using new laptop means you purchase your laptop this year, last year, or before last year, it may this may work. If it is not working, then uninstall it and install the older version. Okay, so you can try like install a new version. If not working, then go for a older version. So because it's a firmware related issues are there. It is a free tool, guys. It is a free tool. Any person can able to use it. What kind of laptop it is, none does not mind. It will work. For example, you are using office laptop or a, your personal laptop. In a both laptops, you can use it because it's a free. Usually, I use VMware workstation, and this is current version is 16 Pro. Okay, you can download this VMware Workstation Pro. Now 17 is also released, so you can download as 17 and try the key. But this is the paid version. Of course, VMware Workstation Player is also there. Okay, VMware Workstation Player is a free. This player is free version, but you don't get all features like a VMware Workstation. Okay, VMware Workstation having some certain additional features that won't come in a VMware Workstation. It is a free edition. Player is a free. So you need to pay and you can use any kind of laptop like your personal or a office laptop, you can use it. Okay. So player you can use it. Okay. Or if you want to use VirtualBox, you can use it. So if you download the this version, you can download and try install. And if in case once it is installed completely and you try to create a new machine and all, it is not working, then it's okay. Then go uninstall and install the older version. But it depends upon your laptop built-in chipset and firmware kind of stuff. Okay. But this Workstation Pro, only Workstation Pro, not a player. Workstation Pro, it is a purchased version. Okay. Generally, people will try something online with some keys, they will insert it. But if it is your personal and for a education purpose, you can use it for a certain time. But if it is if you are using some third-party key kind of stuff, if you try to use in your office laptops, it is not good. Okay, because office laptops is always monitors. Okay, but it is depends upon the situations, depends upon where you connect it. So it is my current laptop is office laptop, so I am using this version only and with the virtual box only. Okay, this is my Oracle virtual box. So while you are installing Oracle VirtualBox, carefully, next installations, check marks carefully, you have to do it. Okay. And also it is creates a virtual network adapters also, ncpa.cpl. See, there is a, this is virtual adapter. It has a, this is a virtual adapter. So, virtual box, host only Ethernet adapter. It is also having physical address. You can assign an IP address. It is completely like a private type of network only. Okay. So of course you should know how to use this either VMware workstation or VirtualBox. We should know how to connect to the networks, how to install operating systems, how to download a operating system images, kind of stuff. Okay. Before you installing either it is VMware VirtualBox or a VMware workstation, you have to check one thing important, that is go to Task Manager, Performance, CPU, see this virtualization enabled. Okay, if it is there, then only you can do remaining things. If it is showing disabled, you have to enable it. If it is showing disabled, you have to go to BIOS settings and you have to enable this feature in a BIOS. Okay, so you can see virtualization technology BIOS settings. So like this. Virtualization technology, we have to go to BIOS, search where is this virtualization technology enabled. If in case here it is showing disabled. If in case if it is virtualization technology enabled, no need to do any changes. Good. Disabled, we have to change. Third one is it's not enabled or disabled. It is showing not applicable. It means virtualization kind of thing, you have to forget about it. And what is the use of this virtualization? Why I am trying to say it's a VMware VirtualBox or a kind of stuff. Guys, this is my physical machine. In my physical machine, I have a currently Windows 10 Pro is there because it's a office PC. My personal PC, I am having a home edition. Okay. Of course, if you have a Pro, you don't require any of these applications. Okay. You have a Hyper-V directly. But still, I am keep your mind about you. So then I will tell about Hyper-V also, but I will keep in mind you if you are having home or you want to use an application to build a virtual machines. For example, from tomorrow onwards, I have to take a Linux class. Okay, I have to show Linux practical. Then what I have to do? Have to buy another PC and I have to install Linux in it and I have to put some camera to show the how Linux commands have to run. But here I'm not doing like that. Simply I create a virtual machine. First of all, I'll create a virtual machine. Install Linux related OS. My favorite is CentOS for practicing Linux. To build any Linux environment, CentOS is easy to download and easy to install. It's same as a Red Hat Enterprise Linux only. I use this CentOS. I install a CentOS in this virtual machine. So I'm directly using uh, 1 second. Okay. Usually, when I give training for Cognigen batches, they also require not only a Linux, they need a Windows Server training also and Windows 10 training also and a server to client related part also. Like here, I created Active Directory. I joined this client to domain. I created here DHCP, how to get IP address to client PC. Here I created DNS and then I have to check how DNS is resolving. Okay. Like this, I will create a service here. I will access the service from here. So I need a two machines, not a one machine. Again, I cannot go for another machine. So what I do, I create a one virtual machine. Of course, I will create two virtual machines now. One I install Windows Server, another one I install a Windows 10. Of course, I have a Windows 10 in my physical machine. I have a Windows 10 in my physical machine. Okay. But why should I have a separate Windows 10 machine? Because of if I want to do any changes, I can do certain changes here. Some rapid changes, installations, applications, okay, disk management, okay, adding to domain or deleting something. I can do whatever it is happens with the virtual machine only. If I do same thing in my physical machine, what happen? If something goes wrong, physical machine is down, then I will get affected. Okay. But if something is happened to virtual machine, currently no problem because if I can create another virtual machine, I do all these things. Okay. Guys, understand what is the use of these virtual machines? Virtualization. I will tell one story, guys. Another example for this use of virtualization or virtual machines here. The concept is snapshot concept. So that's for that explanation I'm doing this story, which is happened to me. Okay. So I want to set up a server called a SCCM server, System Center Configuration Management Server. So just I'm a kind of person that's anything comes to you in my mind, I will try once. Whether I do 100% implementation or not, that's a secondary part. So first, basically, I'll try installations, configuration, at least one or two practicals. Okay. Later, if I continue or not, that is we will decide. So what I have done, so I take a one machine. In that one, I install a Windows server. That is good. Then it is required a Active Directory and DNS. So that is also good. And I have to install some prerequisite to install this application. That is also installed. Then I install a SCCM application. While installing application, one steps, two step, third step. Okay, somewhere it is a 14 steps are there for installing that step by step you have to do. So in middle, it got failed. SCCM got failed. So what I have to do? I cannot reinstall because it's halfway it is installed. Something is goes wrong in my PC, so I can't do anything. So I tried one or two times, so it is again failed, again failed. So then what I have done here is if I install a Windows server in the virtual machine and I configure Active Directory and the DNS related kind of stuff, and then I install a prerequisite. So I have a doubt, something problem with this pre-request installation. That's why it is failing because I'm confidently creating this Active Directory part. So what I have done, I create a snapshot. I create a snapshot like this. Okay. a snapshot. Think like this. This is your configuration. So this is your system state. I take a snapshot like this. So I'm drawing, but concept of snapshot is you have to go to that uh, uh, option called a snapshot on a virtual machine related software like either Hyper-V or VMware Workstation. You have to go to snapshot or a checkpoint. Okay, take it. So whatever the things I have done before snapshot will be available. Data, settings, all system configuration, everything is there. Then I install a prerequest. Then I install these prerequisites. Once it is done, I check everything, it is good or not. Then I take another snapshot. It means in my PC, in the current state, at this time of snapshot, this entire configuration is working good, no problem. Then I try SCCM installation application. So when I'm installing, some issues came. Then I roll back to my previous state. So I no need to clean up entire PC because that is the problem with this SCCM application. If it is failed, I have to remove everything because this application made a changes in my total system. Total lot of places it made a lot of changes. It's not just an application. It works take information from Active Directory. So it changes lot of settings inside. If it is successful, good. If it is failure, I cannot revert everything. So what I have done, simply I try to restore this snapshot. I go to snapshot back and try again. So lot of time is saved to install these roles, features, applications. This time is saved. So I no need to start from the scratch. Okay. This entire time is saved. Only I have to concentrate on installing SCC. Or maybe it's a pre-request related problem. That's why it is failing. What I will do, I will start from here. So this time is safe. I no need to do all these things. Only thing is I have to start from here, then keep doing, and then try install SCC. You know, the fourth time I successfully installed. So this snapshot maybe consume little my physical hard disk space, but it is saved lot of time, and I successfully installed. I have done two practicals. Later, I'm busy with batches, so I didn't continue that one. Okay. It's a snapshot or a checkpoint concept is also there with this virtualization, guys. So what are the configuration? Once you've done a configuration, installation configuration, you've done an entire setup, take a snapshot. After snapshot, if you change anything, it won't affect on your main machine. If something goes wrong, you can roll back to your previous state. After snapshot, whatever the thing is will be gone, and your good working condition of a PC, their settings, applications, data, everything is safe. Okay, this is snapshot concept. Of course, I think here the snapshot is there or not, I don't know. Can we take a snapshot or not? It's not there. Cloning is there. Snapshot option is not there. So on virtual machine, move to group, start, logo, sort, export to OCI, or Oracle Cloud Infrastructure it is. You can move, you can clone. Okay. But Hyper-V and VMware Workstation, it is there. But if you see certain settings, guys, you can see move option is there, clone option is there. This is another story. Do you understand this snapshot concept? Think no? Okay, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay now. Good. Okay. I have created a virtual machine in my PC. In that one, I install a Linux. I install a Oracle database 11G in it, and I configured it properly. One of my student asked me, sir, I need that virtual machine. So can you install in my PC? So can you give this, can you do all the configuration in my machine? So I need this virtual machine. So what I have to do? I have to create a virtual machine in her laptop, right? I have to create a virtual machine in their laptop, and I have to install OS, and I install this application, and I have to do all the settings. Instead of that one, what I have done, very simple. I copy this virtual machine and paste into the student's laptop. Just I copy this virtual machine. Can you copy your entire system and paste into another piece system? We can't do that one, right? Generally, that much direct it is option is not there. Okay, your voice is running in your PC, it is binded to your system. Your applications in your operating system and your disk, it is binded there. But virtual machines are intact with your physical hardware and physical operating system. So you can move your virtual machines, or you can copy or replicate your virtual machines from anywhere, any machine. Okay, so what I have done, I connect to external hard disk, I copy my virtual machine to external hard disk and transfer to the student laptop, and then there I configured it. So that some settings I have to do it. The settings I have done, connectivities and all. See, it is direct machine is copied because the virtual machines are intact with the physical machine. Here it is one more clone. Yeah, of course you can do cloning also. Like I want same machines, multiple machines are required, and a same machine are a different machines, or maybe I want to save it in a separate. I can clone it. Clone it means the same operating system. Okay, what are the data settings? Everything is same. Only few small changes are there. Those things will be different. Yeah, understand this point, guys. Here it is. You know, yeah, one machine to another machine. What is the basic differences? Few things. Machine has a network connection. Means NIC is there. If you have NIC, so it has a MAC address. So this MAC address different, this MAC address different. So you want to transfer, you want to clone a machine and replicate multiple. So their MAC addresses should not be repeated. So you want to build a multiple virtual machines from the clone. Your cloning means you're duplicating, right? So when you are doing duplicating, these MAC addresses must not be repeated. So when you do cloning, compulsory hardware independence means they're cloning while you do cloning, while you duplicate, the duplicate must not have a certain properties. So same MAC addresses should not be there. So you have to read a new MAC address. Okay. And licenses. This voice having some license. Certain will be should not be repeated here. Same OS licenses should be different from here to here. Applications, their license keys. Also, same application will come here. Same voice will also come here. But their licenses should not be repeated. Licenses should not be repeated. User is user one, and here user one. Every user having their identity. So user identity means it's SID. users SID and RIDs should not be repeated. User name can be same, may be different, but their identity should not be repeated. So you have to remove the user part or a user kind of stuff. You have to do some different. Computer names, okay, computer name kind of stuff that should not be repeated. Computer name and computer identity, SID and RID of a computer user groups that should not be repeated when you do cloning. Of course, this clone option directly remove that thing and create a new version. When you create a new, whenever the new one is created, whenever the duplicate is created, the duplicate is not having these properties automatically. When you do direct cloning, if you do copy, same properties, same username, same password, same MAC addresses, same license kind of stuff is there, same identifier, security identifiers and all. Okay, but if you do the cloning, so it is create a duplicate, but automatically these unique things will be removed. So that is a cloning. Like I have a machine and I want to create a clone machine here. So in the clone, automatically the identifiers will be removed. So when you start the machine, automatically it will try to ask you, can you create a new machine? Can you change the password like this? Everything it will be created newly. But same application, same operating system, same settings, same data. Okay. So that's the point here. This is Linux and these two are Windows systems, guys. This is a Linux system. Okay. And each machine, each virtual machine having a certain things. You can see system. It is also take your processors. One CPU is given to this process, this virtual machine. And also you can try a RAM. RAM is 4 GB is assigned to this virtual machine. My physical machine is 16 GB RAM. So 4 GB is assigned to this virtual machine. Currently, this machine is off condition. So it won't consume my RAM. It is won't consume my RAM capacity. Okay. If in case if I start this virtual machine, this 4 GB RAM will taken from my physical RAM only. And the processor is also consumed from my processor part only. Okay. So I'm telling not too much, but you can see just like your normal machine, you have a processor. Okay. The processor is virtual processor, which is actually consumes from your physical processor only. RAM. So not a virtual RAM it is, guys. You should not say virtual RAM, but this RAM is also taken actually consumed from the your physical RAM only. So it's a virtual machine RAM. Don't say virtual RAM. Virtual RAM meaning is different. Virtual machine's RAM will consume from the physical RAM only. Virtual machine processor, there is nothing but a virtual processor, it is consumes from your physical processor. Storage. Here it is the hard disk of this virtual machine. This hard disk is located in your physical hard disk location only. This hard disk is stored in your physical hard disk location only. And CD-RAM is also your image file which is having your operating system. Okay. CD-RAM means it is a OS image file which it is you can choose which OS you want to install from here. So it is if I want to install this one, this is my OS image file. CentOS. This is something which I think it is Windows maybe 11, I think so. This is Linux. This is Windows 10 Pro, very old edition it is. So I want to install OS, I have to insert a CD, but here it is, we are using the image, CD image, DVD image files, .iso is a image files. Okay. So same as like a normal system, you have a hard disk and CD-ROM or DVD. So those kind of stuff is also there, but it is virtual hard disk and DVD images. Network, your system having a network. So you can see here it is, you can attach different network part. So for example, I want to make a communication between my virtual machine to my physical machine only. My virtual machine to my physical machine only communication, or my virtual machine to my virtual machine only communicate. Okay, then I will do this host only kind of adapt. Means it cannot get any internet or any other physical network. No other PCs cannot access. My PC can access and virtual to virtual access is there. Like this. Internal network, virtual machine to virtual machine. This is host only, physical machine to virtual machine communication. This bridged adapter. So my virtual machine can able to communicate outside of the network. This virtual machine can able to go to communicate outside of my physical network through your physical adapter. NAT. NAT configurations, how it is works, same as a NAT concept. So your machine can able to access outside of network, but your physical network is with a different IP, virtual machine having different IP address. Not only network address translation. The virtual machine having a one kind of private IP address kind of stuff. Okay, your physical network is different IP address. So it will communicate to outside. Means VM to outside communication is there through NAT translations. But reverse communication is won't happen generally. Okay, it's difficult. Like this, network adapter is there. So for that network adapter, how to connect a network adapter? You want to connect your virtual machine to physical machine communication, virtual to virtual, virtual to physical network, virtual to physical network with NAT. That is also we can do with this kind of stuff. USB connectivity, serial port connectivity, shared folders. Okay, shared folder means in your physical machine you have a data. In your physical machine you have a data. This data should be accessed from virtual machine like this. So you put a data here, he can take it. For example, here some application is there. You copy application in the shared folder, it can be accessed directly from virtual machine. Okay. User interfaces, something it is given. And other few other kind of stuff is also there. This is where it is. The snapshot data is go to this point. Okay. We can take snapshots, but it is, I think it has to be turned on. Anything I have done changes? Nothing, no? RAM I can change it from 4 GB to 8 GB or 4 GB to 2 GB. I can change the RAM also. It is a 2 GB RAM. See, I can increase the RAM 4 GB. I can put 3 GB. I can put 6 GB. So maximum up to 16 GB, but it is not preferable. Okay. So it is showing invalid settings detected. I can do up to here. Okay, depends upon my physical RAM. This option is there. So boot order also I am defining boot order and UEFI kind of BIOS settings I done here. and nested virtualization is also enabled. What is this nested virtualization? In case in the virtual machine, in case in this virtual machine, I want to do another virtual kind of stuff. For example, I want to run Docker in the virtual machine. Okay, so I don't want to run Docker in my physical machine. I want to run in a virtual machine. So this is also required to support virtualization support. Virtual machines do not have, cannot run virtual machine. Virtual machine cannot run virtual machine. But you want to run a virtual machines, then the nested virtualization should be enabled. Okay. So many things are very less things. What changes I have made it? I didn't remember. Network adapter, yeah, enable this, remove this one. Yeah, no problem. So one is NAT, another is a bridge adapter. Guys, understand what is the point of this virtual machine kind of stuff? Okay. Use of
Yes.
virtualization. Yeah, very good. And their options. Guys, these things, this desktop level means desktop virtualization kind of stuff. This kind of stuff usually won't available anywhere. So you have to try if your supporting machine is there, laptop or a desktop, you can try it in one by one. And if you have to know how to install a OS in the virtual machines and how to download a OS, so you can search easily from where? Here, my channel. Okay, like so go to videos. Even you go to playlist, go to the any B, okay, like this. B13 is good, B17 is good, okay. B2 is also good. A lot of things are there. You can search based on playlist or videos, then go to either popular, okay, or go down. So search for um, um, recently about a virtual machine. One by one, you have to go to the list or a reverse search means not a latest ones. It's a older kind of stuff. Okay, you can get it very easily. Old videos. Popular means it's a highly viewed. This is highly, but you can see this is installations. Most of my things are for a installation purpose. See, how to install a VMware workstation. Okay, how to download and install a Windows 10 is there, and how to install a Linux operating system, CentOS 7, how to download like that. You can once you touch one thing and you will get a so many things. Okay, it's all about looking at learning it, but it's lengthy videos. My videos are very lengthy. Okay, so that is why I'm telling this kind of story. So one is to tell about virtualization. Second one is if you want to set up a lab for you, for example, you want to learn something, you want to learn Docker, you want to learn Jenkins, you want to learn about Git, or you want to learn about some application kind of stuff. You have to install an application. You have a fear that is you install in physical machine, it may give problem. Okay, or you want to learn an operating systems like a Windows servers or Linux servers, you want to install, you want to learn. So you can set up a lab for you yourself. So what is required a software which is support to create a virtual machines. VMware workstation or a, don't say only VMware because VMware is meaning organization. Workstation, workstation player is a free, only workstation is You need a license key. Oracle VM VirtualBox. Okay. Currently, these two are available. VirtualBox kind of stuff is free directly. Next, you must know how to download a OS. First is how to download a particular OS, which OS you want it. Okay. Next one is installation of that OS. Yes. And network settings. Okay. Network related settings. Next one is storage, where you are storing your virtual machine. For example, I want to create a new machine. Click new. See, by default, it is showing a someplace. C drive users Latif.Shake like this, it is showing. No, 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 no. I don't want to store my virtual machine there. I will store somewhere else. I don't want to put a C drive. I'll put in a D drive having more space. See, C drive having less space, D drive having more space. Where I want to put a virtual machine. I created a folder, so then here it is in Latif VMs, all my virtual machine stores. So I can easily locate. If I don't require it, I can delete it. Okay. So why it should be stored in a some specific space. So because I can delete these virtual machines easily, or I can transfer it, I can copy, okay, I can clone, like that. I can do things. I can troubleshooting related if in case if it is required. So I will create here in this location. Okay. So where you create a virtual machine, what is the storage, and how to create a virtual machine. These things are required. So this is my Windows 10 machine. I turn on this virtual machine. Okay. Yeah, one more point. Depends upon application. What application you are using, guys? Their controls. Controls. What is control? In your physical machine, you are using normally, like you want to do Alt Control Delete. Physical machine, Alt Control Delete is good. Okay, so we will open. But in a virtual machine, while you are working in virtual machine, you put Alt Control Delete. So system, your physical machine think it is mine. So you have to give differently. Alt Control Insert, right? Alt Control. Okay, Alt Control Enter. Like this, different things are there. You click mouse on your virtual machine. So you are working in a virtual machine. You clicked here. So the mouse is locked into your virtual machine. You want to release, again, you need to know which control button. For example, right side control or a alt control. Okay, like this, certain control things. By practice, by doing, you will understand it. See, my virtual machine is open. Then I am login. See, it is. This is my physical machine. This is my virtual machine. I think I showed this virtual machine already earlier. Okay. So you want to do disk management, or you want to install some application, or you want to test some applications here, you can do it. Or you want to learn something how to do these particular settings, you can try in the virtual machines. This is Windows, and I have a Linux also there. I cannot open both at a time. Why? Because of my physical RAM capacity. This is already 4 GB consuming. So if I open my Linux, that is only the limited space, I can do it. If I consume more RAM with the virtual machine, physical RAM will become less and physical machine becomes slower. So you have to get that idea. That is, see, this is my physical machine, 16 GB RAM. Now it is, see, the availability become 4 because this is taken 4 GB. right? So like that. This is virtual machine task manager. So this is given 4 GB. It is currently using 2 GB. So total given is 4 GB RAM. Hard disk, I given 150 GB for hard disk. Two network adapters are showing. Why? Because of I added a two NICs. Two NICs I added. See, two NICs. Physical, it is difficult. Physical machine, you want 10 NICs, it's very difficult. For virtual machines, you can add 10 NICs, no problem. By default, the VMware workstation given 4 NIC option only. By default, only 4 NIC options only. So I use the second one also. Okay. So can you see this IP address? 192.168.1.225 for this virtual machine. So for this adapter. And another adapter, I'm getting some different IP, 10.0.3.15. DNS server address is as a first one only. So why I'm getting this different IP? Because of second one is NAT type. NAT. Okay. So it's look like some confusion, but still, guys. So why I'm telling, even though I know, so you it's some that much you can't able to handle, but still, guys, there is so many names, so many things. Maybe first time you may not be directly connected, but next time you will be understanding that one. Maybe once again, again and again. By in the future, you learn anything, so it is quite easy for you. Up to here, okay?
Okay, sir.
Again, I'm explaining same thing. I have a desktop, so I need for myself a virtual machine to do certain work or to take a class or to learn something. So I create a virtual machine using some applications. Either it is like a Oracle VM VirtualBox or VMware Workstation or VMware Workstation Player. Or if in case in my system, if I have a features like um, what is Windows features, turn on or off features. This one we wanted. We don't want this. Go to Windows features, turn Windows features on or off. Okay. See Hyper-V is available for my laptop. I can create a, if I install this, both platform, if I can able to install both platform and as well as the management tools, I can create a virtual machines in my PC. I'm not doing it. So because I want to use that VMware workstation for a first time because I have it, but you may not have it because if you are having home edition, Windows 10 home edition, Windows 11 home edition, Windows 8 home edition do not have Hyper-V feature. Pro or Enterprise editions having a Hyper-V feature. So I have a Hyper-V feature, but I am not installing that one now. So whatever it is, whether Hyper-V or VirtualBox or anything, I create a virtual machine, then I install a operating system. This virtual machine stores somewhere in the hard disk. It consumes my CPU power, my RAM capacity. Also, we can connect to the network. through my physical NIC if in case physical NIC, physical network access is required. And I install OS and I run my applications and I practice or do some work. It's like a desktop type virtualization. This is my personal purpose. Okay. For example, in my organization, people are their laptops or desktops not supporting to run a virtual machines for their self. Or maybe one machine can be accessed by multiple people. Like there is a Linux server. This Linux server has to be run by has to be run so then people can able to access. I have a Linux. If I create this Linux here in my desktop, others cannot able to access. I can access, but not in a others in the organization cannot access. So what I done, I create a Linux machine. I create a Linux machine in a server, okay, in the a big machine, which is not having any specific operating system. It is installed with a hypervisor. Simply to divide, this is hypervisor OS kind of stuff. And I use a VMware workstation, okay, or a virtual box. These are a hypervisor apps, applications. By installing this application, I am getting this. I can able to create a virtual machine. Here it is. I take a machine. In that one, I install hypervisor OS type. It virtualize my environment. So the machine means having CPU, RAM, disk, and a network. So I install hypervisor. On this machine, on this hypervisor, I can able to create a virtual machine. And what type of virtual machine I want to create, that much I can able to create. Depends upon your server capacity, I can create it. People can able to access these virtual machines from their desktops. So I'm accessing this virtual machine from my desktop. Okay. Okay, okay. Guys, can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
some disconnection is happened, some network disturbance. Okay. Okay. So here it is. I have a desktop. I created a virtual machine in my laptop in my local machine. So I can access, it is completely isolated. But this is a central machine connected to central network, means it's connected to network. Any person with their desktop from their machine, they can connect it to these virtual machines. They can access the virtual machines. They can use the virtual machines, which is running in this central server. So this is called a server virtualization. Server virtualization. To create a server virtualization, you want a server virtualization, so you need a hypervisor. Where you will get this hypervisor from VMware vSphere or ESXi. ESXi is a original hypervisor platform. vSphere is a product. Mm, another one is Hyper-V from Microsoft. Hyper-V server is a hypervisor. Direct server, not a feature in a system. It is direct server. It is Proximox. Proximox. It's a open source type. Means you can get it freely. Open source, you can able to develop it also if you know how to code it. Okay, Proximox. In a Linux base, also there is a QEMU, KVM platforms also provide this hypervisor platforms. Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization. These are all providing this hypervisor. One more is there that is called as Citrix. Zen server is a hypervisor. So what it is we have to do? Any of the product as per your requirement, as per your organization, install in a server directly on the hardware. And on it, in the server, you can able to create a virtual machine. Anyone in the network can able to access these virtual machines. Okay, it's a centralized access server virtualization. Okay,
Yes.
okay, it's a called also called as a bare metal virtualization and a type 1 virtualization. Okay, so that's the point. And here it is. Yesterday we discussed about a cloud computing, right? In a cloud also there is a diagram in here like this. Okay, cloud is also like a infrastructure as a service kind of stuff. Also maintain a data centers. The data center is virtualized. This centralized virtual machines. This server virtualization, network virtualization. The cloud is the basically build based on the data center, but in the data center, so the virtualization platforms only, server virtualization, network virtualization, storage virtualization, application virtualization. They use these virtualization platforms to build a cloud platform. Okay, either it is private cloud or a public cloud. But they are maintaining, we are not maintaining. Okay, so the private cloud or public cloud, the cloud provider or a cloud maintenance person is maintaining the data centers, means their servers, applications, and the network, and virtualize their in environment. So then we can able to access their environment. Okay, that's the point I want to make it. Maybe some people are maybe out of concept. It's okay, but it is. I didn't given any PPT. I have PPT. Possible, I will try to send. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. That's it for this concept, guys. I didn't given any notes, but try to understand what virtualization concept, basic desktop level. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.